What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with another video, and we're talking Avatar: The Last Airbender's Netflix live action that's coming out, I believe this Friday. I could be getting that wrong. It could be Thursday. It's one of the two. I know it's coming out here really soon. I have actually been very positive on this on this live action. I am never positive on live action animes. I have actually been very pro it. I've seen just tons of stuff within the trailers that I like. I know they are going to have to condense a bunch of stuff down, and my main perspective will always be, what have you changed? What have you condensed down? What have you put together? How have you butchered this? How is this no longer pure and accurate to the main story, to the actual thing? Because at heart, I'm a purist. I always care about being one for one, and I know that it's nearly impossible to get there, but that is my standard. Okay, like it or leave it or take it, I don't care. That is my standard. I will look at this stuff at the most critical of critical levels when I'm looking at a adaptation of an anime or something like that, because let's be real honest with you guys, the animation is a storyboard. It just is. You use it as a storyboard. When they're adapting comics into a movie, the comic is your storyboard. That's the rules here, and to violate that is honestly disrespectful upon every level. So I know they're going to be violating this at some level, but there's a story coming up, and I got to be real honest with you. I know what my position is. I know what is going on here. I kind of think it's a nothing burger, and I'm going to give you my reasoning as to why I think it's a nothing burger. But again, I could be very wrong on this one. I could be extremely wrong. Show's not out yet. Take it as it is. My position is I think this is a big load of nothing. So we come over here. Netflix butchers Avatar's Sokka via character assassination and backstabbing creators' vision as sexist. So, okay, what's the big situation here? Well, in a recent interview, I believe with Variety, the main actor for both Katara and Sokka. Why did I say Sokka? Why can I never get these guys' names right? I even just recently watched all of book one, but that's how I'm going to utilize this. I literally just binged all of book one in like a day. So, yes, Sokka and Katara's live action counterparts did an interview recently in which they said they're toning down the sexist, but don't take my word for it. Use their own words to your advantage. Yet Kim remarks erases this with actor Ian Owsley, I'm probably saying that wrong, maybe it's Ian Owsley, I don't know, stating, "There's more weight with realism in every way," Owsley said, which prompted, I'm gonna butcher this name outright, Kiawatio, I butchered that, to reveal, "I feel like we also took out the element of how sexist Sokka was. I feel like there were a lot of moments the original show that were iffy." Yeah, totally, Owsley agreed. "There are things that were redirected just because it might play a little differently in live action." Yes. So what they are saying is basically saying that they took away Sokka's sexism. Okay, Sokka was relatively sexist within the actual show. They downplayed it. They took it away. Or whatever. They're basically saying that they redirected it. The reason why I'm saying this is probably a bit of a nothing burger is, at least within book one itself, from my memory, Sokka was sexist. Blatantly, he was an extremely sexist character. Yes. But he was really only sexist until they got to the Kyoshi Warriors in episode, I believe it was 3 or 4, one of the two. Actually, it would have been episode 4, because 3 is when they go to the Air Temple. And I'm doing some spoilers here, and I'm sorry, because 1 and 2 is basically a 1 hour episode. That's your pilot episode. 2, episode 3, they go to the Air Temple because Aang thinks everybody's there and he doesn't realize what's going on with the actual airbenders. And then 4 is when they go to Kyoshi Island and they meet the Kyoshi Warriors. Up until that point, Sokka was kind of sexist. Sokka believed in gender roles. Sokka believed that Katara was violating these gender roles and everything like that, and was more demanding of her, and saying that, hey, she needs to be more like a woman. Hey, you need to start doing womanly things, sewing, doing all this. Up until the point that he met the Kyoshi Warriors. When he meets the Kyoshi Warriors, which are warriors that are solely women, and he gets his ass kicked, he kind of starts realizing that his ways aren't accurate. His ways are wrong. And that is what the American anime, because it wasn't really an anime, it was an Americanized anime, was trying to show people was sexism is wrong. And we're going to challenge those with actual strong characters, actual strong female characters. And we're even going to show you the more sexist men that, hey, your ways are wrong. It goes so far as when they go to the Northern Water Tribe. Again, spoiler warning for everybody who hasn't actually seen the Avatar series. But hey, it's freaking 2024. This show came out back in the early 2000s. I think if you haven't seen it by now, there's some issues with you. But when they go to the Northern Water Tribe, they reestablish sexism again, because up there, female waterbenders are to only learn healing, bending, water healing, and everything like that, healing abilities. And when Katara's trying to learn waterbending herself from what is later revealed to be her grandfather, he is saying, no, women aren't allowed to learn this. No, women will never be allowed to learn how to fight. That is not their role. Their role is to heal. Katara takes him on. Yes, she gets her butt kicked in the process, but she takes him on. She shows that she can at least stand 1-to-1. And in the process, you know, her grandpa, or before realizing that it is her grandpa, her grandfather does end up learning, you know, the truth, sees that, hey, she does have potential. She is skilled. She's taking on. And then through this all, he later is revealed to be his granddaughter. Technically, they have this whole like loving moment, and he realizes how wrong he was. He realizes that women as well can be capable waterbenders and able to fight. So yes, sexism does play a key within this. It is used for character growth, character development, and stuff like that. But it really just depends how they are doing this, how they are going around the whole sexist angle. Are they gonna, and even if you're more accurate to the actual original story, again, there's only really 2 sexist characters within the first season, and they kind of are only sexist for a short amount of time. So even if they're downplaying it, could that be that Sokka is only sexist for like an episode and a half? So basically, they're hour-long episodes, more than likely, for the first episode, half of the second episode, go into the Kyoshi Warriors, have him get his butt kicked, and then have him realize that women can do stuff. In modern days, women could do stuff now. Yeah, times have changed. Women are capable and everything like that, you know, getting his butt kicked and actually asking the Kyoshi Warriors to actually, you know, help lead him, help teach him, actually going to the Kyoshi Warriors to learn their ways instead of this blatant like uber masculine ways. On top of that, you have how are they going to play it out with the grandfather? Because again, that was a part of their culture. That was a part of their tribe. That was a part of how they do that. If they're down, depending on how they downplay it, really does depend on how it gets implemented. Because if it's subtle sexism and not so overt sexism, I still don't think it's going to take away from the actual character growths and character arcs and story arcs. Now, again, this is just me speculating on it probably being a nothing burger, probably being actors, directors, and people opening up their big gob and not realizing that when they open up their big gob, they're going to ruin stuff. Because to be fair, to every little thing that I just said there, where I'm thinking it's a nothing burger, I also laid out the stipulation on how this needs to play out, how this is required to play out. If they take away the sexism altogether, they have actually blatantly ruined both Katara's story and Sokka's story by removing this sexism. Sokka doesn't actually realize that going to the Kyoshi Warriors and asking them for assistance and learning about their ways is the correct thing to do. He doesn't have that character arc moment. He doesn't have any of that. If you take away the sexism from the Northern Water Tribe, you take away Katara's reasoning to actually go up against her not grandfather, but doesn't realize it's her grandfather. I cannot remember the name off the top of my head. To go up against him, you take away that reasoning without the sexism. You kind of need the sexism. So it all depends on how this is going to play out. It all depends on how every little angle of this moves. And I'm just saying, actors talk. Actors love to talk. And when it came to House of the Dragon shows things completely different. And I know this is a little bit of a sidetrack. House of the Dragon would show you X. Okay, it would show you like things played out this way. This is what kind of it showed. This is how it kind of played out. Then you get the actors and writers after the fact, after you saw it all, trying to contextualize it, saying, no, you guys saw X, but in reality, we were meaning W. Okay, we were meaning something completely different than what we actually saw, what we actually engaged with, and what we actually worked with here. So the actors and directors are morons, and everything else is, listen, just I hate to say this, wait and see. Cautiously optimistic. I hope my optimism is not being outweighed by what is really about to happen. But again, take it with a grain of salt. I could be completely wrong and they could butcher this thing outright. But again, let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.